So I kind of lost track of where I ended last episode. I think I was in Undercity, and I hearthed over to the sepulcher, which is what I said I would do. And then that evening, I had a little bit of free time to kill. Like, my wife and I were hanging out in our office in here, and I had a little bit of free time, but I wasn't. It's hard to record. My wife was here, we were talking, hanging out, so I didn't have any like freedom to record in that sense. I didn't really want to, didn't feel like it, but I wanted to log in my character a little bit and play around, so I did something a little funny, and I got my character to Sepulcher and came out here and fished, and I fished for a while. I have 65 skill. I sat here for I think an hour, and was like, I'm just gonna fish, I'm just gonna hang out. We were just chatting, and I was like, I'm just gonna fish. And I fished for probably a good hour. It was very funny. What order did I want these in? I wanted like this, I think, right? Yeah. And so this is what I ended up catching, all of this stuff. Also got a lesser mana potion, and I was out here fishing. I got a lesser mana potion, and a mage walked by and just said hi to me. He's like, "Oh, you fishing?" I'm like, "Yeah." And we were just talking for a minute, and I gave them a potion. He's like, "I don't need a lesser mana potion." And they're like, "Oh, let me enchant your stuff." So I got a +5 health to chest and bracers, just hanging out over here. You may notice I'm in a guild now. While I was out here, let's grab this herb and wander back to the north so we can continue our questing up north. While I was over here, I was talking about that, I think, last episode, how I'm not in a guild, and I'm not sure if I will join a guild or not. I wasn't in any rush to get in one. Well, I went ahead and joined one, and I'm in home. I think it's Tips Guild, which is not really, doesn't make a difference to me either way. I've talked to Tips on and off over the years. I mean, actually, when Tips first started on YouTube, he had literally 100 subscribers, and he messaged me and asked if he could use some of my video footage for some of his videos, and I'm pretty open about sharing stuff. I don't really care. I appreciate him asking. That was really nice. I was like, sure, just use whatever you want to use, and it's totally fine. I appreciate if he gives me credit for anything he used, but in the video description or something, but otherwise it didn't really matter to me. So he, I don't know how much, at least a few of his videos, he used my footage for some of his content, which someone messaged me once and said that they thought he was stealing my content, but I was like, no, I gave him permission for that. He asked me. He was very reasonable about it. Because people could take it. There's a creative license stuff. People can use content as long as they don't just purely copy it. If they, talk over it, that's pretty much all you need to do to make it, legal in the eyes of copyright holders. So he could have just taken it, but he asked. So we've talked on off ever since then. We're not super close, but we get along. I don't really watch his videos at all. I did for a while, but I did nothing bad with him. I just I don't watch a lot of classic WoW videos in general, so don't watch his either for the most part. But it's his guild, I think. That's how it works. So anyway, so we're working on getting Grizzled Bear Hearts, Skittering Blood, Essence of the Night Lash, Find the Lost Deathstalkers. These guys are actually... I think they're in the south. Maybe Arago's Folly. Let me about this. Windrage, Gluttons, and Mirage Dark Souls. Okay, it's actually no, it's not true. Gluttons and Dark Souls I need, which I think are Dark Runners. Are there any Dark Souls over here? No, these are all Dark Runners. Okay. Well, we'll find what we need eventually. And Skittering Blood. So we got a lot of mobs we need to kill. Just a bunch of different ones. There's a Glutton. Okay, good. The stress test is going on right now. Oh, whoops, I forgot to kick. I moved around my hotbar a little bit. Last episode, I guess it was. And it's a little bit funky now. I need to get used to it. Everything looks okay over there. So we've got a lot of just random things to do here, so I'm just going to do as much as we can. I think I need to get to... I think I know where I need to go. The modeled wargs, we do need to kill them eventually. I think for a different quest. But I'm not at that quest yet, so I think we need to hold off on doing anything with that. There's our gluttons. I don't know if I want to fight both those mobs at the same time. We'll come back to those. Yeah, so we should... I'm hoping to hit level 13 today. I don't know if that's going to happen, actually. It's, these quests are kind of spread out, and they're not great drop rates as far as I'm concerned. Maybe it'll work, but we'll see. I'm not overly optimistic. As far as fishing, all this stuff I'm going to keep some, but I said I'm going to use the fish for cooking, so I'm going to hold on to those. But a lot of the other stuff I'll probably be just vendoring off. It's a lot of junk. So we got some old Teamster skulls. Looks like someone didn't like this guy, is the flavor text on that one. I need to get closer. I'm just going to attack this guy. And I don't know how hard these gluttons hit. I don't think they're too bad. And I think the guys we need to speak to are over here in this farm area, I think, for one of our quests. The Lost Deathstalkers, or... which quest is it? I think it's Lost Deathstalkers. I think they're over there. Oh, Glutton Shekel. Good, good. So, weirdly, I think Worgans are the only thing in vanilla that are humanoid that you can skin and cannibal. Not cannibalize, you can skin. It's kind of creepy. I think they're skinnable. Yeah, they're skinnable. So that's kind of weird. If you think about skinning a humanoid, I think it's kind of weird. But I guess we also skin, like, gorillas and stuff, and, yeah, Lost Deathstalkers, there it is. Oops, I hit the Windows key. I don't need to do. I have a button on my keyboard that disables the window key. I really should just be using that when I'm playing well. Alright, there is our buddy, Rain Yorick, and she has a quest for us. That's a follow-up that I think we do out here. I think we can do it right here.
What now?
Complete quest.
Speak quickly.
Gather 6 discolored warg hearts. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, I thought there was a warg quest out here somewhere. What's up here? I don't know if I remember exploring in here. If there's a mob or anything, or a chest. Quinn. Okay, I think we do come back to Quinn for a follow-up. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, I don't think I need any of these mobs. Ravenclaw. And Essence of the Nightlash. I think this quest is over here, the Night Fields. So I think I can just go this way. We got our wargs we need to kill now, which is great. That's what I was kind of looking for. Just trying to collect as many quests as possible. Recipe for Death. Wild Hearts, yeah. I think discolored warg hearts, if I remember right, will drop from these wargs, and that's an alchemy recipe ingredient that's worthwhile if I can collect any, so I should hold on to those. Herbalism's at 85. Nothing's really too close to maxing out, except for fishing. Interestingly enough, I really spent a lot of time fishing. I never fish. I find it in vanilla. I did. In vanilla, I would fish, and I had max skill, and I would fish all the time. Like, I would just be waiting around, chatting with people. Ooh, Scalping Tomahawk of Strength, one-handed axe, or main-hand axe. That's a nice axe. Too bad I can't use it. And this is the warg heart that I was telling you about, the discolored one. That's important for like kind of an obscure alchemy recipe. Is there some herbs here? Yeah, there are. Let's get them. So I'm just going to head through this mess of mobs. We're still getting skill ups on Silverleaf. It's pretty nice. I mean, it's not necessarily surprising. Where is that warg? There it is. I just tabbed onto something, but I didn't see it.
Too far away.
Yeah, so anyway, we got a lot of kill quests to do today. Oh, let's not get aggro from that bear if we can help it. It's still, every mob out here is taking me down half health. Oh god. Oh jeez. Okay. Oh no, I can't kill both these. I could probably kill Gorefang on its own, which I will come back for. Okay, I'm gonna die from their rend, aren't I? I can eat through it. I should be okay. Cool. Rare spawn. We know what we're about to do, folks. Still have my cooldowns, which is nice. I use my heal potion, unfortunately, but I can only do so much. I was gonna die. I would have definitely died if I didn't use that heal potion. So living is better than dying in this case. Okay, where is that rare spawn? Was that a stealth mob? Like, where is it? There he is. That's a cool mob to tame early on, like a silver wolf. I don't know how many of those there are early on. I'm not really sure. I need to loot this modeled warg still. And somehow pull this mob away from all these other mobs. I don't know if that's going to work very well for me. Let's give this a shot. Some stringy wolf meat. Okay.
Too far away.
Open with a gouge. I'm gonna back up. I don't want to back up too much. I'm not sure exactly where I should stand to be safe in this encounter. Like I'm worried. I'm like surrounded by mobs. Oh, I also figured out how to zoom out the camera further, and I'll show you guys that in a moment. All right, what I get? Oh, nice. That was a good one. So I actually got discolored warg heart, wolf meat, fractured canine, and gypsy trousers of the eagle, which I think are an upgrade for me. 2 intellect, 2 stamina. Oh, those are huge. Oh, my chair just dropped. My chair's like piston in it, and sometimes it just like falls. It's like failing. That's awesome. Oh, congrats. Someone hit 30. Those are really good pants for me. The intellect is a joke. Like it doesn't matter really, but an extra 20 health and 31 more armor. That's nice. That was a great kill for me. Anyway, let's keep moving along here. Cool. That was nice. I'm happy with that. Oh, it saw me. I thought I was gonna get a backstab on it. That's awesome. I feel so happy with those pants. That's a huge armor reduction and infantry gauntlet. So that's an infinity gauntlet. I thought this said infinity gauntlet when I looted it just now. But not quite. Not quite.
I need to get closer.
So the stress test was yesterday. I played around somewhat with it, and it was really hard to log in the evening. The evening time, I could never log in. I tried for an hour on and off. Son of Argos over here. That's awful. This is the dead field I need though. But it took forever. And I could never log in. I never got in. It was just a mess, which is fine. It's a stress test, right? That's the purpose of a stress test, is to stress out the servers. And it seemed like it definitely destroyed the login servers. Like they were struggling for the login servers for the realm list. I don't know what server that's connected to, but everything was just kind of a mess. There's Nightlash. That's who we need. So enter the dead fields. Someone else apparently... Maybe there's a bug here. Because Nightlash should only spawn if people have cleared the field out quite a bit. And it seems like that's already happened here. And what's that? Ravenclaw Apparition. That's funny.
Too far away.
I'm just gonna pop a few things right now. So what is this? 75 damage inflicted over 15 seconds? Oh my god. That's a ton of damage. Am I gonna really kill this mob? I don't know if I can. Oh, that's bad. Parried my gouge. That's really, really bad. I was gonna bandage up a little bit. No, I don't need that debuff on me again. That's really bad. Okay, well, whatever. At least we did the quest, even if I die. Do the debuff. That debuff's nasty. 75 damage over 15 seconds. That takes out like a quarter of my health over 15 seconds. Ooh, okay. Quest done, right? It is completed. Yes, good. So that's an interesting quest. When I return to inn, I'm going to put in the bug tracker. The mob was already spawned. That is possibly correct. If the mob... It could be right if someone out here was out here killing things. But if you read the quest... assault the rot hides. If you don't see Nightlash, then kill the rot hides until she appears, then defeat her. Now... So that doesn't mean it's incorrect that she was already out there, but I thought generally she spawns after you kill a few of them. I'm not totally sure. I think the last time I did this quest, it was already... Someone else was clearing the fields as I got out there. Oh, jeez. Almost walked into Big Bear. But anyway, yeah, so I'll report it just in case. I'm not sure on that one. But based on the quest text, it seems like she might have spawned early. So I think it's not wildly unreasonable to report it as like a cautionary thing.
I need to get closer.
These heal potions have come in handy already this episode a few times. I need to go back to the bank. I've got a bunch in the bank. I need to go back. I haven't done alchemy in a while. Oh, God. These bears are terrifying. I don't know if that was just aggroed on someone and leashed, or if it was just... What was that bear doing? That's so weird. I'm not familiar enough with this area to know if there's supposed to be a bear just running crazy around in circles, but there's very few mobs that do stuff like that in the open world. I kind of like it, though. Oh, God, it's coming back. Yeah, I kind of like it. I think I'm going to not report that, even if it is a bug. I think I like it. That's very terrifying, though. $1,000 players in the guild, 858 accounts. I guess the guild is maxed out at this point. That's interesting. Yeah, that's like... Who's been logged out the longest? No, I don't want that. I want... Show offline members. Last online, here we go. Kick anyone not online for the last 6 to 7 days. A few people that logged in literally hit level 1 and then... Oh, someone hit level 4? That's insane. Someone hit level 14 like the first day and then they're like, I'm done. I'm out. Not the game for me.
I need to get closer.
I mean, usually that's how... Whenever we ran our guild in vanilla, we never maxed out because we were a raiding guild. We weren't just trying to like zerg things or whatever. We would kick people that were gone for more than like 60 days if they didn't give us any sort of a notice. There were a few exceptions to that, depending on if it was like a person that we knew had been around for a really long time. But we tried to keep the guild list kind of clean, which was probably unnecessary. We weren't maxing it out anyway, but... Actually, you know what? I think we did max out the guild in vanilla. I think we had so many alts. So we're up here. In case you've been looking for spiders... Oh, you found them. And these are the ones, I think, the ones I need for the skittering blood. I believe all the spiders I need are here. And there's not a lot of spawns for them. So they're kind of... Let's do this. Something like this. Okay, I hope I'm not dying. Oh man, I'm almost dying. Should be more careful. Did I not get any loot from that? Nature damage inflicted every 3 seconds. I'm running out of food too. Yeah, I need to restock on some reagents. So I did get... figure out how to zoom out further, and I think I put this on my phone. Let me figure this out. It was a screenshot? Is that right? Not that, not that, not that, not that. I maybe don't have it on my phone. I'm gonna have to go back and look. So, I was trying to do camera /console camera distance max factor 5, and it wasn't working for me. Like, I wasn't able to get an increased camera pullback distance. And then someone told me that in like Wrath of the Lich King or something, they changed, I think it was Wrath, Skittering Blood, there we go. I think it was Wrath of the Lich King, they changed that command so that it's a different one. I'll have to go find it, but it does work. I mean, so my previous like zoom out was like to here. Now I can zoom out to about here, which is honestly where, oh, I have poison on me still, which is where I like to be, roughly. How am I throwing daggers? I've got a few. I need to get more. Oh, a fishing pool here. Oily blackmouth. I think I can get that. I'll try in a moment. I don't have any bobbers on me, which is unfortunate. That would help a lot. But I think, yeah, I love being zoomed out further. It helps me a lot with, like, awareness, like character awareness. Huh. The moss stalker didn't poison me that time. That's nice. So, let's try. My bags are so full. Let's try, see if I can get this. I think it's landed in there. I just don't know if I have high enough skill yet. I don't know what oily blackmouth skill requires. And having like the little bobbers helps a lot. Okay. Nice, I got it. That was cool. So I think you can fish these things a few times, right? Like I think you get like up to 2 or 3 fishings or attempts, or I don't know if it's attempts or actual catches before it disappears. But oily blackmouth has some use for alchemy, so this is actually not a bad pool to stop for. I don't plan to do much fishing on stream or on video because it's just kind of, I mentioned this before I was fishing, that it's kind of tedious. There we go. Any more out here? I don't see any. Oh yeah, a fisherman right here. I forgot about this guy. This is actually really nice to have this guy here. Because you can vendor off so much stuff. Let's re-equip our weapons before I vendor them on accident. Oh, what else do I want to get rid of? I think I'm gonna keep start keeping cooking reagents as much as I can. Try to use them. The infantry gauntlets are gone. Old skull, old teamster skull, old skull. These are all cooking reagents, I'll keep them. Quest stuff. My rod, yeah. This looks pretty good. These are like my reagent bags now. Quest item. Let's do this. Alright, I think we're a little more organized now, sort of. Alright, that'll work. That'll do. Alright, let's go kill some mobs. Bears, spiders, perfect. Gluttons, discolored wargs. Yeah, just a massive, just kill mob day. I mean, it's some of the most simplistic, let's zoom in a little bit. One of the most simplistic days for questing I'll have, probably, where I'm just killing mobs that drop stuff I need. And nothing too complicated with it. It's a big part of vanilla, or classic now, I guess. These skitterers, I seem to recall, don't drop stuff very quickly, and it seems like that memory is correct.
I'm out of range.
It's also very much a vanilla thing, having low drop rates for quest items.
Far away.
Backpedaling. I've also got some mail, so when I joined the guild, a few people were just talking about like, oh, I've got this cloak or this bag or something, do you need anything? Not to me, but just broadly, we're asking in the guild if anyone needs this or that. and one person like a 6-slot bag they mailed me. I need to go pick up from the mailbox. I'm gonna put it in my bank and buy my first bank slot, I think. And another person I think had a cloak that was like a +2 agility cloak or something they were gonna send me. So I'm actually getting a little bit of free gear from people. It won't be like a massive boost to my leveling, but it'll help quite a bit. Probably should have went and got it before we came out here. It would have sped things up a bit, but I didn't feel like it. We'll hearth back at the end of the episode of Sepulchre to turn in whatever we have to turn in at that point. I'm hoping to have at least the recipe for death done, and maybe the discolored warg hearts quest. I don't really see any reason not to have at least those 2 done, plus the dead field's already done. What's the one I just got from... Oh yeah, the warg hearts I guess I turn in up north, I think. I think I turned them in at the Deathstalker, right? Let me make sure it's correct. Oh no, it is the Sepulchre, okay. So, that's fine. Let's see. So yesterday I had a lab meeting. I presented in front of about maybe a dozen people. It's like a 2-hour presentation. I do this about once every 2 to 3 months, every 3 months maybe, and it's where it was 2 parts to it. So one part is I present a paper, like I read just like papers published in my scientific field, which is broadly infectious diseases, and I kind of summarize the paper and spend about 15 minutes just talking about the paper, kind of telling people why I picked the paper, what was interesting about it, what we can glean from it, maybe stuff we can use in our research that will help us. I picked kind of a bad paper. Like by the time Ooh, gypsy sandals. Interesting. Are these an upgrade? These are actually an upgrade for us. These are going to be really funny looking, I think. No, they were kind of ugly, but they actually match our outfit better, right? You got this green on green. I like it. We still only have 2 bloods. Oh man, these things are rough. Nothing like a son of Argyle over there patrolling behind us, lurking. Boy, that's painful. That thing will definitely... You may remember about 2 episodes back, one of those things saw us through stealth. Like from around this distance. I mean, they saw us very, very easily. So that's terrifying. I didn't realize they patrolled this far over here. So I picked a paper that it was in what's considered a relatively good scientific journal. It's the Proceedings of the National Academies of Science, or PNAS, which kind of sounds like another word if you say it out loud, or say it quickly. But it wasn't a great paper. I picked it because I didn't feel like spending a lot of time. I was being kind of lazy. I didn't feel like spending a lot of time reading a big paper, so I picked a smaller one, had a few interesting concepts in it. And that was fine. Like, I think people kind of agreed. It was like, yeah, not a great paper. It's okay. Maybe one small thing we could take from it. So that was a bit of a letdown. Like, after I picked it, what happens is you pick the paper, you email it to everyone so everyone can read it before you present it. And but the problem was that I picked it before reading the whole thing. I read like a part of it. I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting. I'll pick the paper, I'll read the rest later. And then by the time I sent it to everyone, and then a day or 2 later got a chance to read it all, I was like, this paper sucks. Like, this paper should not have been published in this journal. It was not very in-depth, and they almost gave us more questions than answers in the paper. And the story itself they were telling in their research was kind of confusing. And that's an interesting thing about science. When you're writing a paper to publish it on your research, you're storytelling. Like it's truth. It's non-fiction. You're not making up anything, but you are writing in a way that is entertaining and to some degree, not sensationalized, but it should be like kind of grip the audience. Like you read the beginning and you're like, that's a really good question. Like, why don't we know how black holes work? We should know that. And then you kind of say, well, we think we have this hypothesis that black holes, existed early on in our universe's history. And in this paper, we show evidence that supports this claim. And the ramifications of this evidence are that we have a better understanding of time, space, and how they interact. Space-time and how it interacts with the rest of the world. Physics is not my thing, so I'm just making up crap. But so he kind of like layered into this interesting story. In this paper, they just didn't do a very good job. It wasn't interesting in how they portrayed the question that they were trying to answer, and it wasn't interesting in their conclusions. They kind of were confusing. Like, they didn't really explain accurately what their outcome was, in my opinion, and I think we kind of all agreed on that. And sometimes presenting bad papers is actually a useful thing. It's nice to see how things can go wrong. Like, yeah, that is useful. It's not totally worthless. Anyway, so I presented the paper. That was fine. It took about 20 minutes. Then I had to present my research for about the remaining a little more than an hour and a half. And that went well. I got some interesting feedback, some good suggestions from people. I'm gonna die, aren't I? Maybe? Yes, for sure. I had a potion. The poison, I think, would have killed me just now, after I killed that mob. 2 potions left. I really need to go to my bank and stock up. It's that time of year where it's warm enough and the water out of my fridge is so cold. People just got layer swapped, apparently. It seemed fine to me here. I didn't notice anything. These spiders do a good job of seeing through my stealth, by the way. Like, not that one, but in general, they've done a pretty good job, I've noticed. So my research went pretty well, though. I had about 50 data slides of experiments in the last few months. And I'm finally hitting another point in my research where I'm getting a little more... I still need a lot more of this blood. But I feel like I'm kind of hitting... I found like a cool, interesting result. So what I was doing is... And sorry for the science talk, it's boring. It's just like, I'm killing spiders. They're actually really cool. I enjoy these quests because they're very efficient. Like, I'm gaining experience by grinding on mobs, and I'm getting drops from them that I can, sell off for cash, and I'm getting drops from them that will complete a quest, right? So these are actually really good quests to do. Any quest where you're just grinding on mobs that are level appropriate, and they drop some useful reagents, like small venom sacs, some stuff you can vendor, and they will complete a quest for you. That's good stuff to grind on. Totally recommend it. But there's only so much I can talk about with that. So we're doing some science talk stuff right now. So my project has been to look at almost 1,000, it's like 700 or 800 bacteria that we've collected from hospitalized patients that had infections from these bacteria. And what I've been trying to do, and I'm running low on food, it's getting kind of scary out here. I'm gonna have to go back to base just to stock up on food and potions and everything. And in the process of collecting all these bacteria, I've been testing them against various cell lines, like macrophages or like white blood cells or lung cells, and seeing how... Ooh, that guy's hitting me really hard. I need a good hit here, I'm gonna die. Or I need to use a potion. Dang. Oh my gosh, I barely am killing a guy even with the potion. But we got another skittering blood, that's good. Alright, I'm gonna step back over here. Eat up. So, I only got 1 potion left. I gotta, like, savor that potion, like, hold on to it as long as I can. So, I've screened a bunch of these, like 700 or 800 of them, and measured how much they kill these cell lines and how effectively they kill them. And for a while I was working with just like macrophage cells, which I kind of could say you could think of them as like white blood cells. And we basically have like a dish, like a petri dish of white blood cells sitting in there, and then I take my bacteria and squirt a measured amount on top, and I can use a few different techniques to measure how effective they are at killing these macrophages. And the problem is that, oh my gosh, this skitter just like wrecked me. It took me down 200 health. I just want to finish this quest and get out of here. Oh, I didn't realize I can eat these guys too. I have tons of food. I forgot that I can eat the raw. I think I had to cook them for some reason. Huh. That's good to know. At least I've got a lot of extra food in that case. I'll keep eating the mushroom capsules, because I think you can cook these longjaw mud snappers. I know you can cook the catfish, the small fish, and probably not the sickly looking fish. I don't know if I want to eat those. I was having a lot of trouble. I was using macrophages, and I was finding that a lot of them were very similar in terms of how well they killed. And there was certainly some at the top, but the most deadly of the bacteria weren't that much more deadly. Oh, dodged. Come on. Weren't that much more deadly than like the ones in the middle. And so there wasn't a huge differentiation between them. They were all kind of blah. Like there was some at the very bottom, some at the very top, but it looked almost like a normal bell curve where nothing really stood way out. There weren't any huge outliers. There were a few, but nothing that really made me say, oh man, that is an outlier, unfortunately. So I switched to lung cells, and I got really lucky. I picked some of the ones that were at the top from my macrophage killing, some of the bacteria that killed the macrophages most efficiently, and I went and got lung cells and put some of those top killing ones in macrophages on lung cells. And there I found interesting phenotype or result that some of those bacteria that were really good on macrophages were really bad in lung cells. And that wasn't by itself interesting, but what was interesting is of like the 20 I tested, one cell type or one bacteria type was really good still at killing lung cells. Like it was just as good at killing lung cells as it was at killing these white blood cells or the macrophages. And that stood out compared to all the other ones that were good in only the macrophages but not in the lung cells. So now I've got this cool strain I'm studying of one bacteria out of all of them that stood out. And now I'm like digging in deep. This is something I just kind of figured out in the last 3 weeks, really, maybe a month, but I think it's more like 3 weeks. So now I'm digging in really deep on this one bacteria and trying to characterize it, trying to understand why it's so good at killing all cell types. I'm going to test some other cell types soon. We've got like kidney cells, a few other ones. I'm pulling them all out that we have from our collection and going to see if any other cell types are also susceptible to this bacteria, which I'm guessing they will be. So kind of cool. I'm really excited about that. And from there, I'm going to try to find other ones that have similar results. But right now, I've got at least one that stands out quite a bit, which is still very useful and a good start. That's been what I've been looking for that for like a year and a half, like at some interesting phenotype, we call it, or some interesting characteristic that stands out. And this has been finally one that seems to stand out quite a bit. Now, we did get our last bear heart. So we finished a recipe for death, which is great. I was getting sick of that quest because the spiders were like wrecking me. Now I'm getting wrecked by a glutton who critted me twice in a row. I need like one more level. If I was 13, I think this would all go a lot smoother. What I'm looking for now are glutton shackles, which is what I'm acquiring at the moment. I'm going to look across the shoreline here for any fishing nodes, like the one I got earlier. I think it's a good time to grab them. This peace bloom is what I'm working towards right now. So I'm kind of working out, like doing a little bit of like profession skill stuff right now. I haven't used my bandages much because it's hard to. I need to get gouged to land, and then I can bandage a little bit, but for the most part, eating in between fights has been working pretty well. So, I don't see any fishing nodes out here right now, which is fine. Not really. Oh, there's one, maybe? Oily blackmouth. I don't know how much time I'm going to spend really working on this oily blackmouth stuff. It is kind of fun. Does the bobber always land in the pool if you're facing it like that? I don't remember it doing that necessarily in vanilla. Like I thought it would miss sometimes. And so far we're 4 for 4 on landing and in the pools. I think I'll stop fishing once I hit 75. If I hit 75, I'll max out my skill. So until I get the next training. Oh, a tightly sealed trunk. I bet there's junk in there. Maybe there's a potion or some food or something. We'll see. Oh, whoops. I looked away and thought I hooked something. Nice. That's really cool. That was a really, really good chest. That was a great chest. 4 bolts of linen cloth. That's like 8 linen cloth equivalent, I think. And that's a good node. 3 lesser healing potions, which are obviously really good. Especially considering I was just saying I need more healing potions. I think you have to be level 3. I think you have to be higher level than that to use them. That's really low. I thought it was level 5 or 10. That's really nice. We're getting some good fishing in here today. Now, there we go. I think it's the end of that pool. Yeah, seems about right. Alright. Well, that's cool. I'll keep an eye out for more fishing nodes. Oh. I should probably re-equip my... Wait, Blade of Cunning is my dagger. Right. Good. Yeah, it's kind of pretty good leveling out here. For the most part, I'm just... Oh, there's a Dark Soul. I need those guys. I was wondering... I hadn't seen a lot of them. I've seen them around, but just not a ton. I'd like to backstab this guy. Oh, that was nice. An 80 damage backstab crit. That's huge. I think our highest damage we've done is like 93 or 96 a few episodes back. But that's our highest backstab for sure. Okay, no drop there. We got to the point where I'm getting so much condensation on my glass that when I grab it and bring it over here, I have to make sure I don't pull it over my keyboard, or I'm risking it like dripping into my keyboard. So I really would like that to not happen. So I'm trying to be careful with that. 90 herbalism skill. Sick.
I'm out of range.
Oh, no, I'm not going to sneak around that guy. That's fine. Alright. I think I'll gouge him. I don't know if I need to gouge. I want to save up combo points, though, and try and get, like, a big crit eviscerate when he enrages. I wish he'd stop dodging all my attacks. Or missing, or whatever. I think they enrage, right? There it goes, okay. Yeah, I figured it'd be a little more efficient if I can, 61 health over 18 seconds. Not even like a good... It's like 3 health per second. It's like not even that good of a food. I'm like really scraping the bottom of the barrel of stuff here. In terms of... Oh god. That's an elite. That's a very big elite. I love this zone for that reason. Like the Sons of Argol just like roaming is such a cool and terrifying thing. Like those are... I don't know what the path is on them. It's a pretty big path though. They definitely have a pretty wide range. And it is painful. Oh, come on. I'm still getting a lot of misses. And parries, man. Alright, I think I'm far enough away from that Son of Argol that I'm okay over here. Maybe not. I'm gonna keep going. Not feeling great about it. At least I can backpedal like a professional. Dark Soul Shackle. There we go. We got one. Okay. Cannibalize is so amazing. So it's 35% of your health over 10 seconds, I think it is. 7% of your total health every 2 seconds for 10 seconds. So it's 5 times 7, which is 35, yeah. So 35% of your health healed up in 10 seconds. It's not, like, amazing, but it's good. I mean, it's like, it's a free, very efficient heal. There's an oily blackmouth school there. I'd like to get it, but I'm not, I kind of want to clear out some of these mobs. I'm just going to back up a little bit. Get a free combo point, basically. Well, it's not a free combo point, because I took some damage. What I need is the energy timer add-on. I really like that add-on. It's like a little yellow bar that just keeps filling. And every time it fills, that's like when your energy's going to tick for 20 energy. I really like that add-on a lot. I use it all the time in vanilla. Ooh, floating debris. How do I get that? Can I get close enough to fish it from here? I don't know if I'm close enough. Oh, maybe that worked. I didn't think I'd be close enough. Bag space is okay. Strangle kelp. Sick. That's like the perfect thing to get because I can put it in my herb bag. I don't think that one landed in it. That's okay. Can I loot strangle kelp yet? I see some out there. I'm going to take a peek. Floating debris has like lock boxes and chests and things sometimes, I think. Or like not chests, but like, yeah, sort of like lock boxes, I guess. Would mainly be. Okay. I'm trying to get closer to that thing. There we go. There we go. Kind of hard to click the bobber because of the stuff floating there, but that's fine. Alright. What are we going to get? What are we going to get? I'm like staring so intently. Like, okay. Stare down the bobber. Wait for it to move its little. Make a little bob. Rumsey. What did I get? Rumsey Rum Light. Increase stamina by 5 or 15 minutes. Oh, that's an easy. That's like a definite thing I want to pick up. I think this might be close enough that it's in the little circle. Oh, so this weekend is Memorial Day weekend, and my wife and I have no plans. I'm going into work on Monday on Memorial Day for about an hour just to get a few things going for the week. Tightly sealed trunk. Copper and medium leather. Alright. Inventory is full. This is where things start getting ugly. Okay. There we go. I'm trying to land the bobber where I want it. After I loot this one, I'm going to check that strangle kelp out, see if I can harvest it yet. I don't think I can. I think it should be like, it's like 100 something for herbalism skill. And I think we're in the 90s. I forget now where we're at. More strangle kelp. There we go. I didn't realize you could just recast. I thought you had to move to like cancel it or something, or press escape to cancel. I didn't realize you can just press it again and it would cancel it for you. Very, very interesting. More strangle kelp. Okay, well, I'll take it. I mean, I'm not unhappy with strangle kelp. Let me check this herb down here and see. I hope there's no mobs down here because I have my... Like a... Oh, that is a mob. Okay, well, I need to do something then. I need this here, and that my offhand. So at least I can actually have a chance against any mobs that aggro onto me. Which are definitely going to happen in a moment. It's so hard to see under here. I can herb strangle kelp. Nice, okay. Well, let's do it. I wasn't planning to grab that, but while I'm here, if I'm going to fight off a stupid reef frenzy anyway. These fish are terrifying, by the way. I think fish in general and WoW are horrifying things to run into. What's he got? No loot? What a scumbag. That's fine. We'll get our strangle kelp and get out of here. There's like a level 15 reef frenzy lurking near. It's kind of scaring me. Interesting. So I can get strangle kelp now. Oh, failed attempt. Okay. What is my herbalism at? 90. I think 90 might actually be the exact level you need for strangle kelp. I'm not 100% sure on that. Oh yeah, that's what I was... Oh no. I'm gonna get dazed, aren't I? I've never really checked out this pirate ship. I think it might be a quest actually on this ship, now that I think about it. But I think the fish will leave me alone. Good, good. I think there's a quest involved in this ship, but it's been a very long time since I've done this, so... I'm gonna take a little look, just for fun. I'm considering Hearth thing out of here in a moment. Because we're about done with the episode for today, I think, just based on timing. And... Interesting. And it might be... I've got a lot left to do on the wargs and the Argyl's Folly. Like, I've got a lot to do. I'm not going to get it done today. And I'd like to Hearth back for some rested XP, but more so to clear my bags out and maybe I think yeah, that's Hearth. I'm getting close to the end of my episode, I think, and this way I can clear out some stuff, turn in a few quests. I think that'd be a good idea. I think right now I'm looking around, I'm like, this is going to take a while to finish these quests. I really want to get my mail. There's some useful stuff in there, but I want to turn in some quests also. So let's do that. Return to Podrig. Did I train my level 12 skills? I think I did. Super, you returned. Do you have your supplies from Undercity? Yes. Return to Podrig.
Trust no one.
You are welcome. And then over here... Oh, it's underground, isn't it? Is that right? I think it's the guy that's under here for the turn-in. Oh, yeah, there we go. The Dead Fields, I think, are here. Hi, Executor Hedrick.
What now?
Essence of Night Lash. That is a non-upgrade for us, but it's okay. Oh, dang it, I forgot to do a bug report. I will send a separate bug report. Go to the Decrepit Fairy. This is a fun quest. I like these quests. I forgot to do the bug report. I'm gonna make a note. Okay. I want to send a bug report. I don't know if that's a bug. I'm not really convinced it is, but I have some reason to believe it might be. What all did I get? That's right. I got a shirt. Who else sent me this? Take that. And then a buckskin cape. That's a really nice cape for us. Thank you. Hey, let's do this. Thank you. Thank you for the cloak. It's really, really nice. And that, I'm going to leave my bags until I get to Undercity, and then I can either put it in my bank or buy a bank slot, but for now I'm leaving it there. That's a great cloak. So our DPS goes from 11, is now 11.9 and 5.3. It was 11.8 and 5.2. So we got a 0.2 increase in DPS. I think that's purely white damage, but then our chance to crit is now 9.03%, and it was 8.5, so almost about a 0.5% higher crit. Same thing with our dodge, went up from, and now it's 18.1. It was 17.17. So about a 1% increased dodge. It's a really nice. The 2 agilities overall not insignificant. Now we're also getting rid of our thug shirt and getting a red linen shirt, which I think looks cool. I wanted some more color. I like color on my character as much as possible. And general supplies. Let's do this. Let's get a... What's the best throwing thing we can get? A weighted throwing axe is 3-1. So let's do... I like the knives, I think. So let's get the highest we can get. And let's vendor off all that stuff we don't need. This I'm going to get rid of. That's fine. I don't care if it doesn't sell. I need to restock. I'm kind of running low on daggers, so we need to restock. Thug shirt, sell. Boots, sell. Spider ichor. I'm not going to keep the spider ichor. I don't care. It's not that useful to me. The small venom sacs, I think I'll get rid of those also. They are useful for a few... Oh, for first aid. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if it's for alchemy. For first aid, that has some use, but I don't think I care. And then... Cooking stuff. I don't care about the leather. I could sell it on the auction house for more, but I just don't care. Cloak I'll get rid of. Linen cloth I don't care. Also would be useful, but yeah. I have a lot of... I don't think sick looking fish has any cooking recipes. Oily black mouth I'm definitely keeping, but the rest of the stuff I don't know if I care that much for. I don't know. I'm like being very indecisive here. And then a recipe for death. That goes to Undercity. Okay. So I think we'll call it a day here at this point. When I come back, there's a few quests we can work on. There's really quite a few. But I think I want to... I don't know. There's a few to work on. I'm not sure which. But for now, we'll call it a day. As always, I need to thank my top tier Patreon supporter, Kieran S, for their support. It's significantly sounds so negative. It's significantly appreciated. And otherwise, that's all for today. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.